For the longest time, Shawnee had been overlooked. It really has. All that growth years ago would go out south. Real estate got more value out south. The school districts really flourished. The Blue Valley schools, the Olathe schools, the eastern portion of Shawnee, when you compare it to the broad sense of all of Johnson County, I do think we were left in the dust. It's a hidden little gem that needs reinvestment.
This being designated a federal opportunity zone was really that needed extra incentive and gave us even exposure beyond some of the local developers and local businesses that had already had an interest in downtown Shawnee. I don't believe that would have happened without the designation of the opportunity zone. The opportunity zone for Shawnee has been very well timed in the sense that the city has put in about $40 million of infrastructure funds into the downtown area, which is really sort of the heart of our opportunity zone. This was actually just those 1 in a million times that the stars somehow aligned and that the city had been planning for the downtown revitalization and the Neiman Road corridor. This sort of suburban hybrid model that we're creating here of walkable community, but not super dense like a downtown Kansas City or downtown larger city, may, ultimately be that perfect blend for people that kind of want to have the best of both worlds.
Realtor.com had said that Shawnee was the 4th hottest zip code in the United States. When you look at how they collected that data, they looked at different hot zones in the United States of where great things were happening, and then they just reached out just beyond that border and said, the houses are still affordable in Shawnee, and so I think our census data did prove that yes, we are a huge opportunity, and we're just on the cusp of jumping to that next level. We still didn't know a lot about opportunity zones. We were hearing a little bit of buzz, and I think the city was surprised that area was designated.
So each governor had a set amount of zones that they could end up selecting, and every governor did it slightly differently. Almost all of them took input from mayors and city councils, and then those mayors and city councils and those governors all went with different philosophies. And some governors and some localities in their recommendations really wanted to target on the most distressed tracts, the sort of poorest of the poor, use this program to sort of provide a maximum benefit and a shot in the arm. Others sort of targeted instead tracts that still qualified under the law, and that with that incremental tax benefit, they wanted to target some of the areas that were ready for development, and this incentive may be able to push it over the edge.
Really interesting part of the opportunity zones and the downside is that it can be used for all these different purposes, and we're not going to see a more cohesive kind of approach nationwide to how it's used. Dovetailing program into program, there's not going to be a regional solution. There is a community by community solution to this.
Shawnee's position being 20 minutes from the plaza or 20 minutes from downtown. If you go to most metro areas, undoubtedly the highest value in the area often comes, within the Beltway, inside the 435 loop in our case, which, Shawnee is half in, half out. 6016 is a 67-unit apartment complex, luxury apartment complex in downtown Shawnee, Kansas. The project never would have occurred without being an opportunity zone because the cost structure of infill development in this particular case was so strong, so high. The fact that the city was putting millions of dollars into improvements on Neiman Road. The Shawnee Opportunity Zone, for lack of a better word, was one of the better opportunity zones that wasn't quite so appreciated in value from everything else around it. If you look at a scale of 1 to 100, and if you're at 101, you didn't qualify, the demographics were better. The reality is that the Shawnee Opportunity Zone is probably a 99.
What the Opportunity Zone has attracted to Shawnee has been multifamily development. We've got a mixed use development in conversations right now that will be using some opportunity zone funds. That's kind of where we've seen that be a powerful tool for the downtown area. We've had a couple of breweries that have invested in the downtown area. Neither one of those took advantage of opportunity zone funding. The Aztec Theater, historic theater on Johnson Drive, Old Shawnee Pizza, and those smaller locally owned breweries, restaurants, boutiques are not able to take advantage of those funds, but they all are part of the important overall picture of what we're trying to create. That old adage of like, when's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the second best time? Today. When we're not saying, 20 years from now, gosh, I wish we would have started to make investments. Truly now is such a great time for us to be investing in Shawnee.